All right, guys, welcome back. I'm sure you guys are super excited to start using that strategy that we just talked about, but we also have to look at one more thing. We need to see what people are feeling, and we need to look at what the institutions are trying to tell us. And this, with what you've just learned in the charts, tying it together will turn you into a crypto Nostradamus. This is no joke. All of this stuff works. It's hilariously fun once you try it and start playing with it. But let's go ahead. Let's start talking about social sentiment. I'm going to go ahead, open up a new tab here. And we're going to look up fear and greed index for Bitcoin. Now, I know what you're saying. Moonshot. I'm into SHIB. I'm into Saitama. What does Bitcoin have to do with me? Bitcoin is the sea that raises all ships. We're all just boats on the Bitcoin sea. So if something really good happens in Bitcoin, it's really good for everybody. If something really bad happens in Bitcoin, it's really bad for everybody. So you do have to know what the overall sentiment of Bitcoin actually is. Okie dokie. So right here, ooh, man, this is good. I like this. I like this. It's a very exciting one to look at because only a month ago, things were horrible. It was extreme fear, and now it's extreme greed. But here's the secret. Right now is not the time to be buying. It's not the time to be doing much of anything. It is the time to wait, watch, and get excited. Because this is as your wallet fills up, this is where you're going to make all your money. Extreme greed, which I am so happy to see so that I can explain it, means that people are FOMOing in. That's the fear of missing out. This is not the time to buy. This is the time to let the average retail investor buy, get them really excited, let them go, let them roll. They're doing their own thing. They are going to push your coins into bubble territory. This is a fantastic thing, but this is not the time to move. This is the time to be starting to plan your exit strategies or your profit taking strategies. This is the quiet time for most traders. Or I should say most professional traders. Now, as we start to see the fear, so you can see 21 was extreme fear. That was somewhere around here. This is when you're buying as a trader. If you want to win on the charts and you want to win overall, this is when you're buying. Because if you buy here, you made all your profits as the greed bubbled up. Now, the fear and greed index, the way this works is it goes out online. It looks at Twitter, looks at Facebook, looks at all of these things, and it gives a score that we cannot see to each post, whether it's a positive post or negative post, how many positive words it has. It gives it a score. Those are tallied up, and the overall is put into the fear and greed index, and we can get an overall view of exactly what's happening in the marketplace, in people's minds. This is very powerful. Good to know. It only updates once a day, though. So you come on, like first thing in the day, check it out. Updates about 8 o'clock Eastern time. All charts work on UTC, which is Universal Time, which is in Europe, in England. So you have to base your time off that. But as far as it goes, there you go. Once a day, come check this out. You can see the overall trend if you want to watch the trends. Right here, extreme fear can be a sign that investors are too worried. This could be a buying opportunity. So remember when we said that Warren Buffett says, buy the fear, sell the greed? This is what we're talking about. Okay. Next up, let's say if we want to go deeper into social sentiment, we're going to use the wonderful tool, Lunar Crush. This is social sentiment at its best, generally in DeFi, but you can use it for pretty much anything. So if we want to go here, we want to look up BTC. You can see here, how are socials feeling about it? The social volume. Is there more people tweeting about it now? Is there less people tweeting about it now? You can see here the amount of 24-hour change. They have all these nice charts. You can really kind of deep dive this. You can come down here, see who your top influencers are, see what they're posting about, see if they're getting people excited, getting people scared, so on. And then it tells you about trading pairs here. I don't really use this information here. This is more the key and this part here. So we can see here that Reddit volume is up 101%. So there is a lot of people on Reddit talking about it right now. The bullish and bearish sentiment is down in both cases. Generally, they will both be down. You're going to get people saying both sides of the fence, if you would. But as far as it goes, this will give you a good idea what's happening. If you see a big breakout in one side or the other, then you know kind of, are people really excited about it or are they really negative about it? We can also see here the change in 1 week, and it's up 2.88% to the bullish side. So that's good news for everybody. You can also do 1 day if you prefer. Up 4.1% to the bullish side. So this is where you can deep dive. Now, the nice thing here is this is where you can put in your other tokens. So something like Shiba Inu, if you want to see how it was doing, it's up 0.51% on the day for social sentiment. You can get an idea of the price score, the average sentiment, social impact, and the whole correlation rank. And then you got social volume, 24-hour volume, percent change over 24-hour rank. So they do rate each coin itself out of all the other ones. So if you have a really positive social sentiment, it's going to be higher on the ranks, and you can track that way. So if you want to see what like people are really excited about, you can always use that. Who your top influencers are, you can find them right here. Once again, check what they're saying, and you can go through the list and see if things are up or if they're down. So Reddit volume is up 112% over the last day. So lots of people, once again, active on Reddit right now. That's not a shock. We saw that with Bitcoin. So not an overly huge shock. But this is where you can come and see how people are feeling right now on social media when it comes to whatever token you're buying, whatever coin you're buying. This is a little more narrowed down to the micro and less so of the macro of the BTC Fear and Greed Index. Most of the time, I do spend my time just looking at the BTC Fear and Greed Index. I find it more than enough. It gives me a pretty good idea of what people are feeling. If I do notice a big dip or something that seems uncomfortable to me, I will go check quickly on Lunar Crush to see, okay, is there something wrong on socials? Was there maybe a scam? Was there a hack? Was there something like that? This will get me pointed towards, was this here, or should I be looking in the news, or where should I be looking? And last but not least, super, super important to know, what is the news telling us? Now, here's where things get fun. If you are seeing positive news, most likely the exact opposite is happening. Now, the reason why this happens is institutions, hedge funds, groups like that will actually pay for articles, even though this is illegal. It happens all the time. They won't only just pay, they'll have anonymous tipsters send in information to news headlines. So generally speaking, if you see something that says something like Bitcoin about to have the worst quarter of 2021, you should know that it's probably going to be the exact opposite. What they are doing is they are trying to shake out the paper hand money, the retail investor, so that they can grab a larger accumulation. And then once you start seeing the positive news, that means they're trying to run up the price. That's where the FOMO starts. That's when you stop trading. Most likely, that's when you're going to see the Fear and Greed Index increase. CoinDesk is probably one of the best places to find this type of news. Don't be afraid of it. Just understand it. This is the key to understanding the news. So like right now, if we look here, there's nothing telling us, anything that bad. or anything that good. It's just random news at this point. So that means that right now, the markets are probably healthy. Things are moving the way that they should be. Now, if we see really, really good news, like beyond the Bitcoin rallies ahead of 50K resistance, if we see something more like next quarter going to be the largest in Bitcoin history, most likely they are trying to drive it to that. So we need to look at what they're saying. You have to take it with a grain of salt. And what I was able to do just recently was a month before the return to the bull market for BTC, which is what we're in now. So let's zoom out. Here we go. So about here, when people were in the streets and there was blood everywhere and it was all over, Bitcoin was going to die for the 500th time. I was able to look at the news, look at the social sentiment, understand the market movements, and say, you know what? This is not the end. This is a correction. There's some manipulation about to start. I didn't talk about Wyckoff because everyone else was, to be honest with you. I didn't have to say anything about it. But Wyckoff accumulation is just institutions grabbing what they need. And even here, people were still telling me there will be no return to the bull run. The bull run is over. We are going down to the bottom. But I was able to look at the news and know that right here when they said to me, hey, guess what? Bitcoin's going to have the worst quarter ever. I knew that they were still trying to grab more. So I can make the assumption. I can follow the charts. I can look for the bottom here, saw the bottom, make that buy, and ride it all the way up. So because I already knew my strategy on the charts, because I understood how the news cycle works, that it never is what it seems, and because I was watching the social sentiment, I was able to see, predict, and call a bull run very early, and position myself better because of it. I did not stop accumulating this whole time. If the institutions are accumulating, I should be accumulating. They're accumulating for a reason. You know, we talk about whales in the marketplace and swimming next to the whales. This is what it means. It means understanding the marketplace. It means understanding the news. It means understanding when they're trying to manipulate you. And it's about following what they are doing in their trends, using the charts to give you the information that you need to make your final decisions and to make a prediction of when we're going to turn back to green. And the way we were able to do that is on the 1 week chart. We could see this weakening. A weakening of sell pressure weeks ahead. Weakening, 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 and we saw the flip coming. So we're able to call one of the hardest calls in crypto history with confidence very, very early. I hope this makes sense. I hope this all comes together for you. Because when you pull all these things together, the fear and greed, the news cycle, and the charts, nothing can stop you. And you can see how simple all of this can be. We don't need 200 indicators. We need 3 indicators. We don't need to be following crazy candlestick patterns. We can if we want, but we don't need to. All we need is a simple indication, backed up by a simple indication, backed up by a third simple indication, and we know exactly what the market is about to do. I hope you guys have enjoyed the strategy in this course. If you have any questions, we'll be doing the live seminars. I look forward to hanging out with you. If you don't even need the help, but you want to come hang out, you want to do chart readings live, you want to practice together, come to the live seminars. They're going to be bi-weekly to begin with. I will be making them weekly as we get more students and as there's more questions. So I am here for you guys. If you have any questions, I recommend that you take some time, a few weeks, maybe a month, start tracking the trends, and just know that no matter what kind of market you're in, whether it's a bear market, whether it's a bull market, these trends exist everywhere. They are always there. And as a word of caution from Warren Buffett again, those who trade more lose more. That means when there is a bull run, don't get greedy. Take your time. Let it play out. Find the tops, and the tops aren't hard to find, especially with this. What you're going to see at the top, which we already saw this year once, is this struggle to reach above an all-time high. You're going to see that struggle. You're going to see it for a week. You're going to see it for 2 weeks. You're going to see it for a long period of time. You're going to be able to tell when that top is there. You're going to look, watch it, and then you're going to see the correction. And guess where you're going to make your move? You're going to make it right at the top, because this indicator is going to tell you exactly what's happening. So during the bull runs, let the magic happen. During the bear markets, do your work. Position yourself well for the next bull market. Bear market's where we make our money. It's where we put our time in. The rest of the time is sitting back, relaxing, just having fun. And with that, I'm going to end this course. Thank you so much for stopping by. It's been incredible having you. I look forward to seeing you in the seminars. Have yourself a great, great time. Reach out if you have any questions. Moonshot out.